afternoon. My name is Taylor Buck, and I am a junior political science major from Spelman College.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Newman, junior business administration major from Morehouse College. And today we will be presenting Bridge Learning.
Closing the gap between technology and teaching. A whole new world is upon us. I don't care what field they're in, be it a factory worker, office worker, medicine, or whatever. There is no place where technology is not used. It's getting harder and harder to find jobs. You want your kids to get a leg up? It's becoming a necessary ingredient. Office of Educational Research and Improvement, U.S. Department of Education. This is basically just explaining how important technology is becoming in our education system. So I would like everyone to meet Ty. This summer I served as a teacher with Breakthrough Collaborative, and Ty was one of my students. Ty is someone who loves computer programming. He loves technology, he loved his iPad and his iPhone. And every day I told him to disconnect from that world, turn off his iPhone and turn off his iPad. And every day he disconnected from my classroom because I took away everything that he'd become so accustomed to.
So, what's the problem? We have students like Ty that are younger and they are so used to having technology in their day-to-day life. Ty is probably born having a cell phone, an iPad, and a laptop, and knowing how to use all three. So what we've seen is there's a rift, or a gap, as we may say, between technology and teaching. In the classroom, that traditional teaching process where a teacher writes on the board and lectures to the class where students are expected to learn the same way that they learn with technology is growing increasingly harder. So we're saying that it is becoming increasingly difficult for teachers and less effective and less efficient for them to teach without technology. So according to behavioral psychological studies, there's a mounting evidence supporting that increase in technology plus adaptation to technologies is creating new ways of learning. According to a New York Times article, there's a mounting indirect evidence that constant use of technology can affect behavior, particularly in developing brains because of heavy stimulation and shifts in attention.
So who has this problem? Bridge Learning is a solution for teachers. It's a website that gives them the opportunity to incorporate technology within their classroom. There are some teachers who may not know how to incorporate it effectively or don't even know the first step. This website is a resource for them to help their students to connect to their classroom. So our target market. Our target market would be the Fulton County Middle School teachers. There are 15 middle schools within Fulton County and approximately 460 teachers within that system as well. So I know you're wondering, why middle schools? Well, first and foremost, it is a critical time for brain development. They're still developing in problem solving and deductive and reasoning. The second step is because its students can only retain about 5 to 7 bits of information. Therefore, as a teacher, you cannot overload your students in one lesson. So, as a result, you have to provide lessons that are varied with lots of involvement and hands-on activities. Technology kind of closes this gap between this sensitive time in a child's age and being an effective classroom.
So what's our solution? Our solution is a bridge. Well, more literally, our solution is a website. This website provides online lesson plans that integrate technology into the day-to-day life of students and teachers. The lesson plans will consist of different integration strategies with technology. The academic content of the website will be based on our target market, the Fulton County curriculum.
So as you know, there are some criticisms when bringing technology into the classroom. But after researching some case studies, I found that there are also some major benefits. The first benefit is increased motivation and self-esteem. When technology is used, they found that it helps students feel that they're more capable in learning the material. The second benefit is preparing students for future careers. As we all know, some of the fastest growing careers involve technology. Therefore, their future employers will expect them to be able to use this technology. And finally, it promotes equality. There are some students who come from low-income homes and do not have access to iPads and iPhones within their home. Therefore, bringing this into the classroom helps them to be able to compete with their affluent peers. So this is kind of a model of what our website may look like. Bridge Learning, and this is another student from my internship from Breakthrough Collaborative. So a teacher will be able to pick lesson by subject or pick lesson by technology. So I'm going to go ahead and pick lesson by subject. So there are a couple different options. I can pick lessons by math or science, literature or writing, history or social studies. So let's say that I am a history teacher and I want to find a lesson about Civil War. I can click on this tab and find lessons who have 5 lesson plans that have an academic component as well as a technology integration strategy plan. And let's say I want to pick a lesson by technology. If I'm a teacher who may have access to a smartboard or to laptops or a smartphone, I'll be able to find lesson plans that use those technologies and incorporate them into my classroom.
So how are people solving this today? I know you're thinking that it has to be things out here that are already doing this. And we say, hey, there are. There are hundreds of websites out there, but through our extensive research, we've seen that these websites aren't really easy to navigate. They're not really well known, and the lesson plans on there aren't specifically tailored to this younger generation of students that are so accustomed to technology, like Ty. So here's some of our competitors. Here's one right here, My Lesson Planner. My Lesson Planner is a website that teachers can go on, type in the information that they need of the subject matter, and it develops lessons that are more engaging or more creative that they would normally be accustomed to. But what we do better than My Lesson Planner is that we incorporate technology into what we do. So we actually have a technology integration program in there to where technology is being used in the lesson plan. Another big competitor of ours would probably be somebody like Apple. Apple has vast resources and strategies to use technology in the classroom. But Apple has ways to use iPads, MacBooks, and different Apple products in the classroom with teaching. But the thing about it is, Apple doesn't really promote that side. That's not really what Apple does. So you have to, if you're a teacher, you have to go on there, you have to search for that, and you have to figure all that out yourself. So what we're saying is our resource would be better publicized to teachers. It would be something more well known and something more catered to them, so they would know. And lastly, another big competitor would be, I guess, the app market for education. And the problem with the app market is it's kind of like Walmart. You walk in there, there's so many different things, you don't really know what you want off the top of your head. So if these apps aren't tested or if they haven't heard word of mouth from it, they don't really know if it's good, if they can use it in the classroom or not. So what we do better than them is we provide guided solutions. Teachers are able to go on our lessons, find lessons that have been used and tested by different students and things like that, and be able to pick specifically the technology that they want to use with each. So how does our solution make money? Initially, what we're going to do with our target market is have them pay a $10 monthly fee for access to our lesson plans. So with that $10, they're going to be able to go on there, pay once a month, and be able to use it for the entire month, accessing all the different lessons and the different technology integration plans. And we want to provide you guys with some second steps. And we want to say, okay, if we, aren't doing too well and we just kind of maintaining a consistent 5%, which is only about 50 teachers in our market for about a whole year, the 9 months that they're in school, we stand to gain approximately $2,250. So just in case everybody's math isn't too good, that's 4 years we'll break even. And that's only if we maintain that small 5%. Not expand, not go to any different counties or anything, just the 5% in Fulton County.
So our marketing plan. Our marketing plan consists of 3 steps. The first step are focus groups. So there'll be focus groups with 4 to 5 teachers, and every 6 months they'll be able to have access to our website for free. The only requirement would be that they would give us weekly feedback and, of course, a video testimonial. The second step is analysis. We'll analyze this feedback, adapt to the needs of our market, and, of course, incorporate new technologies as well. And finally, recruitment. We'll be presenting at schools, attending teacher conferences, and, of course, utilizing social media as well.
So the most important question is, how are we going to spend this $10,000? In our budget, we have outlined how we're specifically going to budget the money to run our business. What we planned on doing is breaking it down into 3 major sections. 1, how we're going to acquire our target market. 2, how we're going to create our website. And 3, how we're going to occupy our websites with the lessons. What we found out was that about 2/3 or a little bit more is actually dedicated to attaining that target market. We understand how important that is to obtain the first people who are actually going to be using our site. So our initial expenses will include conference fees, where we can go to teacher conferences in different schools and things to pitch our product. Promotional items such as pens, pamphlets, keychains, things like that. The car maintenance, car gas, things like that we actually use to get to the conferences in different schools. The second part of our budget consists of our website development. We have about $1,000 put aside for the actual web development and another $700 put aside for the sustainability. What $1,000 may seem high to some or low to others, but we're only paying $1,000 because we're going to use college students. And the college student that we're going to use, we're going to give them the one-time $1,000 fee to actually develop the website, and hoping that it's a self-sustaining website, we're only going to have to pay about $70 a month for them to go in and check to make sure everything's up to par, or to add those updates that we may need. And finally, lesson plans. As you can see, lesson plans isn't on there anywhere. That is because we plan on working with organizations such as Breakthrough, such as Jumpstart, such as Urban Teachers, to those students that are already in the programs to develop these lessons that are on the college campuses. That way, these students can have experience developing lessons for the programs that they're going into, and we have the benefit of obtaining these lessons with the technology integration program. So in conclusion, we have a website called Bridge Learning that's going to close that gap between technology and the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.